As you decide on a new set of beliefs, write down a little letter to your current self, describing what your life looks like with your new empowering beliefs. Imagine that you have already changed your beliefs and that your entire life changed because you are now able to do the things you once believed you couldn't do. Make it fun, make it from the heart, make it abundant. Feel it, taste it, touch it, smell it. How does your new life look like? Write it down in detail. And then fold the letter, put a stamp on it, and mail it to yourself, snail mail. That way, when you get it a week later, you will tap again into that frequency of the wish fulfilled. And you bring this new life into your existence. Read it as often as you can. Step 3, heal your childhood wounds. This basically means that you stop repeating old patterns of behavior, and ultimately you stop repeating undesirable outcomes. Every limiting belief, fear, doubt, anger, shame, guilt, envy, jealousy, judgment, criticism, expectations, defensiveness, control, they are rooted in childhood trauma. First, you identify your emotional trauma. There are 3 universal traumas or wounds: abandonment, betrayal, and shame. Your life may be affected by 1, by 2, or by all 3 of them. The best way to identify a wound is to be triggered by someone, or you can simply recall any unpleasant events in your life. Once you identified your main traumas, there are 2 strategies to approach this healing. One of them is a common practice that takes a little bit more time, and it requires you to revisit the event that caused the trauma. This is the one that I will explain in detail in a minute. The second practice is described in my book, Arcturian Healing, which I published in December last year. This is a practice that was shared with me by the Arcturian healers in 2021 after an accidental astral travel to Arcturus. This practice has a very soft and kind approach, and it only requires that you identify the traumatic event and the person involved in the event, but there's no need to relive the event. This technique involves a series of statements that you make in meditative state. You first release the tension between you and the other person, and then you connect with your inner child and ask them to forgive you for believing that you can be hurt, and then to forgive you for not taking action sooner. This is a very impactful practice. You might end up shedding some tears, but the good news is they will actually be tears of joy, because as you do this, you will feel liberated from the burden that you have been carrying along all your life. The more common practice requires you to journal, and once you identified an unwanted emotion, you want to ask yourself the following questions. How do I feel right now? And you describe it in detail. When was the first time I felt this way? And trace it way back. Who made me feel this way? Maybe a parent or a teacher, or maybe a partner if it happened later in life. What did I need back then that I never received? Then give that version of yourself what they needed, which means imagine your inner child sitting or standing in front of you. Write down as if you were speaking to them with love and reassurance, and revise, rewire, reformulate that specific event and rewrite it in the way that you have wanted it to happen. Then tell your inner child what they always needed to hear. A very beautiful mantra that worked for me during my journey and I want to share with you is, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you can do no wrong, I love you. Say that to yourself every day. You are beautiful, you are amazing, you can do no wrong, I love you. Healing your childhood trauma is crucial because when you heal your past, it stops controlling your present. Step 4, love yourself unconditionally. Break free from external validation. Most people spend their entire lives trying to earn love. But real healing happens when you realize that you are love, that you don't need to earn it, that you are worthy of love, abundance, health, for no other reason than your divine nature. What does it mean to love yourself? To stop seeking approval from others, to forgive yourself for all past and current mistakes, to treat yourself the way you would treat someone you love unconditionally. Be kind, be compassionate, be patient. 4, and this is a big one, allow yourself to always follow your heart's desire, to do the things that bring you joy and not the things you have to do. Once you fully love and accept yourself, you no longer need to seek validation, to play roles, to be a people pleaser, or to fear rejection. Step 5, dissolve the illusion of separation, the final step towards your freedom. Once you have overcome your limiting beliefs, your fears, you healed your childhood traumas, you honored yourself with unconditional self-love, at this point, something incredible happens. You have healed yourself. You have removed all your viruses from your subconscious mind, and your perfect divine program runs now at full capacity. This is when you stop seeing yourself as a separate, struggling being. This is when you realize that you are connected to everything and everyone. This is when you feel at peace with life itself. You are aligned to the frequency of love and your divine design. This is where the illusion collapses, because once you remove fear, programming, and past wounds, you see that you were never separate from God. You were never separate from love and from wholeness. You see that you have been all of it all along. This is the final step, when life no longer feels like a battle and you live from trust, flow, joy. This is simply the moment when you get out of the way and you allow the divine presence within to guide you every step of the way towards your highest purpose, the highest version of yourself, the most beautiful expression of God on this planet Earth, right here, right now. Are you ready to do the dishes? I love you.